Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. But before we get to it, head down below, like and subscribe, because this is helped a lot. And let's get right into it. Today we're watching Iconautic, I think, playing in the tier 8 German tank destroyer, the Skorpion. Well, just the Skorpion, the Rheinmetall Skorpion. It's not the Skorpion G, it's without the kind of special desert Skorpion skin that the Skorpion G has. This has just regular kind of grey, just like a normal, regular German World War II tank grey colour, and you can put, you know, your custom kind of camo on it, which is quite fun. And honestly, if I had the choice, I'd probably go with this one, and then maybe, you know, put my own camo on it. But I still love my Skorpion G with its like kind of Skorpion, Desert Skorpion style. It is really fun, and of course, this being probably one of the most popular premium tanks in the game, because, well, this tank basically has it all, apart from, you know, there may be, of course, some armour, and there may be view range, but, you know, if you set it up correctly, you still have loads of view range. Of course, good gun, the same as you get on the Ferdinand the Jagdpanther 2, you know, really decent gun. You know, it's a similar gun that you get on the Stura Emil at a tier 7 as well, with 490 alpha damage and 246 millimeters penetration on the standard rounds, and 311 on the premium rounds. 2,409 DPM, very decent for a tier 8, and of course 0.29 dispersion, which makes this really accurate. But sometimes when I'm playing it, doesn't really feel that accurate. But as we can see, with their first shot landing straight into their SDG over there, Iconautic is doing quite good. I think that's how you pronounce the nickname. I'm really not too sure, but that's what I'm going to be calling them this game. The second shell goes into the FV4-202, sets them on fire, and they burn for 275 damage. So, you know, your alpha is already huge, but, you know, why not just set them on fire for an additional nearly 300 damage. Now, it is fast, 60 kilometers an hour forwards, 20 backwards, with a 22.23 horsepower per ton ratio. Really fast. You know, on the soft, it's really just struggles on the soft, to be honest. But other than that, it is really quick. 7 degrees of gun depression, 14 elevation. It's alright for a tank destroyer, especially it is quite tall, so that definitely means that you can kind of shoot down. You know, 7 is not the best, but, you know, it definitely could be a lot worse. 30 millimeters of hull armor, 60 at the side, 20 at the rear. You know, this is probably the weakest point of this tank. You can get penetrated by absolutely everything. Even tier 6s are going to be able to penetrate you with the high explosive rounds, so you do really need to watch out, because if someone does actually know what they're doing and they load high explosive rounds, they will be doing quite a lot of damage to you. Now, what else? The 1,150 hit points, you know, that's kind of around the average for tier 8 tank destroyers, as, oh, unlucky for the Skorpion over here. Putting in a shot towards the T29, I think that was, but it bounces off, and Iconautic puts in their follow-up shot into the SU-100M1, doing 516 alpha damage. Is that shell going to go in? No need to even put it in, as the T29 goes down, and then Iconautic shuts down the SU-100M1. So they're up by 1 tank, but down by, is that 500 hit points. So not doing too bad at the moment. Now they are, I know they actually, they were up 1 tank, now they're up 2 tanks, and 1,000 hit points now. That might not be the worst. The tanks on the eastern front we haven't seen, so the enemy tanks might be quite weak over there. We never know. It is looking like a fair fight over there in between the M2Y and the 703-2 against the enemy tanks. There does kind of seem to be a T-34-100 over there that has kind of flanked them over there, but I guess we're going to see what's going to come through of them in a bit. For now, Iconautic over here, 3,000 kills. 3,000 kills, now that's a lot of kills. 3,000 damage. Really decent over there. But now they've actually kind of started losing quite a lot of hit points, and I think it was when they were when they were kind of started to push in to the enemy base, where the enemy kind of are doing quite good. 3,500 damage hit points down now. one kill. You know, Ico and Autuk's team do have to watch out. They were in quite a good spot, but now they actually have lost the eastern flank, so what I thought is going to be you know, an even fight over there, seems that T-3400 has done quite a lot over there at stopping Ico and Autuk's team at pushing through. Now what else is there about this tank? 360 meters view range, you know, that is quite poor, but I use binoculars on here with a gun rammer and vents. No, not vents. Yeah, gun rammer. Can you use vents on this? I'm not really too sure. I really can't remember. I think it's to maybe make the gun more accurate. I'm really not sure. Really forgot. But I do really have a really good crew on this as well from my Gorilla 15. So with binoculars, I have probably like 480 plus meters view range, if not even around 500 to be honest. So if you do use, you know, binoculars, maybe even you could get away using coated optics if you have a really good crew and use food with, you know, to get really good view range. Ico and Autuk isn't using that there. He's actually using a camo net and 2 other pieces of equipment, which, you know, fair to him, you know, he's playing this tank, maybe that's what he likes to do with it. This tank doesn't really have the best camo, even while stationary. It's only 9.29, so that's not really, that's something you do really want to pump up. But you know, I've got Brothers in Arms, camo, just, you know, normal camo on the tank, and a camo crew, so it does kind of push it up quite a lot. And of course with the food, that helps as well, because that influences the crew's kind of skills and stuff. So it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. You definitely don't want to be spotted out in the open, or even just be out in the open, because you are going to get spotted by things that do have a decent amount of well, view range, as he puts in his first shot against the KV-3, doing 454 alpha damage to him. He is using APCR rounds now, which I guess is fair. He only had 2 AP rounds left, so he would have had to start firing them soon anyway. But it is looking like they are starting to lose, so every single shell at this kind of point does matter a lot more than it did at the start. So, you know, you can bounce off a KV-3 if you get unlucky. The shell goes somewhere, so you really want to make sure that each shell goes in. And with this 311 311 millimeters of penetration, you probably are going to go through even the thickest of armors plates on the KV-3, and then shutting down the M445. So now Ico and Autuk is here alone with a GW Tiger P, well, now alone against 5. Luckily 2 of them are self-propelled guns. That always makes it a lot easier, and he shuts down the IS really quickly as well. The T-3400 is also a one-shot, but the Skorpion G is on 4 hit points, with both SPGs on 4 hit points as well. There's a Lorraine, one for 551, and a GW Panther, both quite fast firing tanks with a decent gun and enough penetration to, if they land in the correct spot, take out massive parts of the Scorpion's alpha. As he gets splashed by the GW Panther, then the Skorpion G comes in from behind, puts in a huge shot for 541, but it doesn't look like the Skorpion G on the enemy team is thinking about loading high explosive, but that's what Ico and Autuk has done over here. Puts in nearly 700 alpha damage. That means, and he find first over here, that if they have the same setup, the same crew, that Ico and Autuk is always going to reload first and secure the kill on the Skorpion G, and, you know, quite comfortably secure the kill, because the loads of alpha. I'm actually going to check, I don't really remember. I think it's 630. It's 630 alpha damage on the high explosive rounds. So that was always going to do like that 480 that he needed to do to kill the Skorpion G. Now I am going to fast forward this replay over here, because Ico and Autuk didn't really know what to do around here. Wanted to go look where the artillery were at the enemy base, but they are going to cap, which was the sensible thing for the enemy self-propelled guns to do, but kind of a big mistake by them. They didn't enter the cap at the same time, so Ico and Autuk had about 30 seconds, if not even longer, to actually start coming back here before the GW Panther came into the cap circle, which means that, well, they he had enough time to actually get here, and if they would have actually came here at the same time, then they would have started capping a lot sooner, would have caught Ionautic off his guard, I would have probably capped to the win. But luckily he got back with 5 seconds left to go, kills the Lorraine, now tries to get out of there to kind of go around so the GW Panther doesn't know where he is, but he actually gets spotted by a GW Panther. Now, if you were in a Unis 3 or a Stritzvong S1 over there, I think you probably would have been off fine of not getting spotted by the GW Panther. That was about, what, 250, 300 meters at that point over there. Now the poor on the move camo of the Skorpion G meant that he did get spotted, so he couldn't really run away without getting not being seen. But he did get spotted, but luckily the GW Panther misses his shell. Now all that Ionautic needs to do over here is just to put in one shot towards the top of the tank. Unluckily, I think it kind of hits the gun maybe, or the lower kind of hull armor, which does have, it's kind of like a Panther, I'm pretty sure, over there. But a follow-up shot kills the GW Panther, and Ionautic takes down a Columbanus medal and a really decent game in the Skorpion. Let's look at the post-game stats. Let's see how well he did in this game. So it's an ace tanker, no wonder this was a really good game, along with the Columbanus we saw versus the 5 enemy tanks. Pascucci's medal for killing 2 enemy SPGs in one game, and a Pool's medal for at least 10 kills. A high caliber, of course, a tank sniper, and the Top Gun, of course, going along with that Pool's medal. 7,235 just damage, yeah, there we go. 12 kills, that is absolutely huge. The most I've done, I think, is 8, and 2,014 base experience. That is absolutely huge in this tank, and gaining 250,000 credits profit, because he was running a premium account. Of course, this is a premium, and he used some personal reserve bonuses and mission payouts. Really decent game for Ionautic over here in the Skorpion. The Skorpion, probably one of my favourite premium tanks that I have. It's always just so reliable with its penetration and alpha damage, and it's always just so fun. The only weakness, I guess, to it is its armor, but other than that, it is a really solid tank. But for now, that is going to be it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.